So my take on the factors that lead to a successful Google ad campaign, I'm going to take a little bit of a contrarian approach here and say that if the client can sell, they're going to do better. They're going to do better than someone that can't sell, even with a better campaign. So a client that can sell with an okay campaign is going to do better than a client with an excellent campaign that can't sell. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If they've got good qualifying and good appointment setting and good sales systems and good follow-up, they're going to win 9 times out of 10. Even if they just start documenting their sales process, documenting the things they're saying over and over again, it makes it so much easier for them, because Debbie at the front desk can start, they call it cloning the ace. She can start using the same language that your best salesperson is using. Anyone that does that is far better off than someone that doesn't. And I'd say that's probably the biggest factor on whether a campaign's going to win or not. Like, we have guys that'll leave and they're at a 50 or 60% conversion rate. And you're like, that makes 0 sense. But you just got to come to the harsh reality that is that our job is only to bring the horse to water. It's not to make it drink. From a lead gen perspective.
Yep.
From a e-com perspective, their sales abilities are going to be copywriting on the actual sales page itself, and their ability to convert that traffic at a higher level.
Pricing, shipping.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yep. And the offer is, as Dustin said earlier. So I'd say that is the biggest thing before we even get to the actual build out. And then once we go to the build out, it's the Google Ads magic formula. It's the right keywords, right ad copy, right landing page, what you guys have all spoken about separately. So yeah, my biggest thing is, can they sell? Do they have systems in place to capture leads, nurture leads, qualify leads, and close deals? So,
I want to follow up on what you just said there, Ed, and throw just a couple more thoughts on what you should start out with. I was looking at a transcript of a call for a routine service that every town has and offers, and someone called and they're like, I wanted to get a price on this. I really can't give you a price. I'm like, well, you're kind of screwed right there, aren't you? As far as like your sales process, if someone calls you for what you do and your first response is, I can't really give you a price, that's probably not going to result in a successful, close, right, at least from my limited sales perspective. So yeah, this actually being able to sell will overcome a lot of stuff, and not being able to sell will also affect the outcome of your campaign. Knowing your numbers from end to end, and we only try to get people to mark or share with us what they quoted and what they sold. We don't need to know profitability or anything like that. Even just getting those numbers is difficult. The one thing that I wanted to throw out there is, if you're one thing that leads to success, and it falls in line with intent-based keywords and solid offer and stuff, but is having an actual methodology for how you build out your campaign. And it doesn't have to be my methodology, because everyone varies a little bit, but have a methodology that and is not Google leading you through the process of building the campaign. So for anyone that's like, okay, well, I've got my new Google account, I'm going to follow through this questionnaire and I'm going to come out with a successful campaign, you're likely not going to come out with a successful campaign. Even if your account is 100% optimized, according to Google.
What do you call it again?
Google tax.
No, not Google tax. No, what do you call it, Mark? The supercharged? What do you call it?
Yeah. The word for people that follow the Google.
No, you named it something. You were saying not Google optimized, not supercharged. I'm having a brain fart.
Upgraded.
Upgraded.
Right. Yeah.
I love that. Going with the upgrade. I love it.
Yeah.
I think also, guys, a factor too is like, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I definitely have, is like new businesses versus businesses that have actually done sales. Like, I don't mean sales on the phone. I mean, like, they've got a business that's been running before you came in the picture. And you kind of mentioned that a little bit, Nick, as well, like the 3-month thing. But like setting expectations for that is like, look, you might be 3 to 6 months to learn that you can't use Google Ads, right? Like after you've iterated and after you've tried and after you've done this, like the campaign could be just fine. But again, your product's not so great, or you don't know if you have a product market fit yet. You don't know if your pricing is is whatever. You don't know if you're going to get knocked off by somebody selling a product from China, in 3 weeks flat, if you really hit it hard. I mean, what channels work better and all that. So I feel like that's a huge part of it too, is just knowing, like, learning what your business numbers are to know, can you even run a successful campaign? And a lot of people don't understand that, because they kind of get sold on this, oh yeah, turn on your ads, you have money coming in, right away. And sometimes you do. I mean, that's great, but very rare. I mean, it's usually like a 10% of the time is when it's like, wow, this thing just hit, and it's great. But I think that's a huge part of it, is just making sure you've got a product that's sold, or a business that's run before, and you're not trying to build it in the air, which I think we all kind of do that to a degree in life, but you can't expect it to run as well as a business that's done that before. And then you're competing against businesses that have probably done that before and have been doing it for a lot longer than somebody in that position. So, you're going to end up having to pay your dues too. You don't just walk into Google and be like, all right, Google, here's my $1,000 budget. And you're going to de-seat people who've been spending, 5-10 grand a month for the last 10 years. Yeah. You think Google's just going to give you all that traffic, right? You just shoot up with your $100 a day budget or whatever it is. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So it's another factor to consider.
Dustin,
how long have you been doing this?
Justin, to throw something on what you just said there, I thought you made a great point, is you also don't know your competitor's sales conversion ratio, just from a lead gen perspective. You don't know their sales conversion ratio. So it's working for my competitor, it's not working for me. You don't know what their sales conversion ratio is, and you don't know what their back-end systems look like in terms of follow-up, getting repeat purchases, getting referral business. Are they doing radius marketing on the back end with direct mail? So like some of the companies doing it really well, Google Ads is just tip of the spear, and they're making all of their money on the back end. And that also goes for e-commerce as well. There's lots of different ways you can scale things that people look at this as just a surface level event. And the reality is money is always on the back end. And if they can market on the back end, if they can get referred clients on the back end, it starts to spider web. And from a service business perspective, Mark, we've talked about doing radius marketing for a client you land within a market, so that you build some route density or route density, whatever you call it. These are all things that people are not taking into account. They're just looking surface level. Hey, I didn't make money with Google Ads. It's like, okay, what have you done on the back end to get referrals, to create some awareness? Like, hey, you're doing a junk removal pickup on the street. Did you go knock on a few doors to see if there's anything else you could pick up along the way to further, drive value for that particular stop for that load? So there's lots that go into it. I don't know. I'm a believer in trying to take a consultative approach to this and not just straight up Google Ads. Now, we don't charge for it, but it's something I think not enough agencies are really thinking about. I know, Nick, you think about that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And Dustin, you guys think about that stuff, but I don't think enough agencies.
Mark does. Just kidding. I don't think Mark does. I left him out.
I said Mark does. I thought I said Mark.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
No, I don't care. I don't care about any of that consultative stuff. I did want to mention to Nick, though, that a guy did ask me if I'd run a Chick-fil-A campaign for him. I said, my pleasure.
It'd be my pleasure. Good Sandro.
Awesome.
Yeah, make sure you turn it off on Sundays, though.
Yeah, I love that place on Sundays.